Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me firstly apologise because I probably sound terrible. I've had a very bad cold the last few days. Mix that together with some gout and then twisting my other ankle. Yeah, I'm falling apart, and wifey and the kids are poorly as well. Again, if you have a child that goes to nursery, you know that every 2 weeks they come home with something new, some new cold, some new infection, something just new. And because I've been spending a bit more time at home and not working, I've been more susceptible to catching it. And I've not been working because of the Lurn. I mentioned previously that well, it's got a dodgy turbo, it's not happy, and it was in and out of limp mode. And then obviously the TV boot got replaced last Friday, and then Monday I drove down to Torquay. Well, actually Sunday I drove down to Torquay. On Monday on the drive back it decided it was not going to come out of limp mode, and I was getting no boost pressure at all. So it got pretty scary, and a drive that should have took me, what, 5.5 hours, took me 8.5 hours to get home. That's how slow I was going. So not ideal at all. And then I tried using it again on Wednesday to do a local job for a mate of mine, and it was the same again, apart from it got tremendously worse, and I struggled to do 30 mile an hour with a load on. So not ideal, not great, but we've got it booked in. It actually goes in tomorrow for a new turbo. Woo! More money I've got to spend on the van. Yay! It's an expensive gig, this, being a courier. Which is what I want to talk about. Insurance. Now I've actually been asked on a few of my previous videos to make a video regarding insurance, and I thought I'm going to wait until it's renewal time, and then I'm going to talk about my renewal process and how much it costs me to reinsure the van. So this is year number, this will be the start of year number 4, so we've been running for 3 years, so I have 3 years no claims. So we've been with the same brokerage for the past 3 years, and the same insurance company through that brokerage for the past 3 years. And last year's premium was £2,200, which, yeah, not bad, that's pretty decent. So when my renewal quote came through, it took me by surprise. I know premiums have gone up a little bit, but my renewal came through at £3,800, which, yeah, that's more than my first year doing this. That took me by surprise. So I thought, well, I'm not having that. I'm going to look around and try and find a better deal, and they've agreed if I find a better deal they'll match it if it's like for like cover, or try and do better than it, and if not, then if they don't want to do that, I can move to a new company, I don't mind. So the first one I went to was Business Choice Direct. The CX promote them, the CX partnered with them, so I thought I'd try them out, and a couple of other lads I know are insured with them. So I phoned them and we went through the entire process, and I told him what my current renewal was, who I was with, blah blah blah, and he seemed to get a bit of enjoyment out of me going to them from my other broker. He slagged them off quite a bit to me actually, and said they were no good, and said he can 100% do me a better deal. He'll guarantee it. He can get me better money off. So that was well, that was 2 weeks ago tomorrow. 2 weeks ago, yeah. So 2 weeks, Monday 2 weeks ago. And he said he just needs to speak to a couple of people, and he'll get back to me within an hour or two. So I phoned him back on Wednesday. Yeah, he didn't get back to me. So So I phoned back on Wednesday, got hold of someone else. He went and had a chat with this lad. He said, oh, he's in the meeting, but he'll phone you later. But he's just asked me to let you know that we can't actually do you a better deal than what you've already got. But he will phone you back and explain why and go through it. So I thought, oh, right. He pretty much guaranteed it'd be on the phone. 100% he was getting me a better deal. But no, he couldn't get me one. So he never actually got back to me. And I've never chased him up. So I thought I'd have a look elsewhere. So I spoke to a couple of other people, got some silly quotes. And then I thought, I'll have a look at online websites, because there's a couple of lads said something about a company called Van Compare. There was Admiral, and then obviously you can go and like go compare and you can get higher reward quotes. So that's what I did. So vancompare.co.uk, I think it was. I got a quote from a company called Sabre, £11,000. No. So I went to Admiral, £5,700. So this is just for the higher reward for the van for the year. This doesn't include goods in transit or public liability, whereas my current brokerage includes it all in one package. So I thought, oh Christ, it's no good, is it? So I went on 2 comparison websites and I actually got the exact same quotes on both comparison websites from a company called Acorn, and it was £2,800. So that's £1,000 cheaper than my brokerage quote, but that was higher reward only. That didn't include goods in transit and public liability. But I thought, brilliant, that's absolutely cracking. I'm going to insure with them. I'm just going to. So I thought, no, Joe, I need to look for goods in transit, public liability now. So I got online, a couple of websites, got a couple of quotes, and I found one. 25 grand goods in transit, 2 million public liability, 165 quid for the year. Cracking. And I read their fine print, which is something a lot of people don't do. They don't read the fine print when they should really read the fine print, because the fine print said that what 25 grand wasn't per the van load. That 25 grand was per item on the vehicle, up to £250,000. So you weren't getting 25 grand's worth of goods in transit, you were getting 250 grand's worth of goods in transit, which my brokerage package didn't say that. That's just 25 grand covering the van load. So that's a bit different, isn't it? Sorry, really drags and poor. So that's something I didn't know. So you should probably read the terms and conditions, which led me on to thinking I should probably read the fine print for Acorn Insurance, that £2,800 quote I got, before I just plough into it. So I was there on the website going through it all, and there it is, the reason it's so cheap. You have a fixed radius where your higher reward covers. So the higher reward insurance only covered from a 100-mile radius of where the van was insured, so my house. So I could only do deliveries within 100 miles of home, which is obviously no good. On Monday I was in Torquay, it's just shy of 300 miles away. I could go up to Scotland, 200-300 miles away. Like, 100 miles is rubbish. I need to cover the entirety of the UK. Oh, so that one went straight out the window. And as of yesterday, I've reinsured the van with my brokerage at £3,800, because that's the best deal I can find, and that is £1,600 more than last year. Absolute madness. 100% not happy with it, but 100% I also didn't have an option. I've got to reinsure the van. It needs to be on the road, it needs to be able to go everywhere around the UK. So yeah, my brokerage has covered my higher reward, goods in transit and public liability, all at the same rate. Well, everything's got the same coverage it has done for the last 3 years, so I'm happy with it. I was not happy with how much it cost me, but hey ho. Insurance premiums are apparently going through the roof, and so there was one difference about my brokerage. Sorry, I'm all bunged up. My actual insurance company through the brokerage that I've been with for the last 3 years no longer does hire and reward insurance, so I've had to move to a different company. So I was previously with Radius Velocity Insurance, are the brokers, and they put me through TradeX for the last 3 years. But now I'm through a company called Great Lakes, and when I actually spoke to them on the phone and they're going over everything, it turns out that they've actually, everything was through TradeX last year, so hire and reward, goods in transit, public liability, it was all through one company. Because TradeX are no longer doing it, Great Lakes are now doing my hire and reward. There's another company doing the public liability, there's another company doing the goods in transit. It's all separate but into one package. I just thought it must be a right nightmare now just sorting all that out, but hey ho, I'm not the one who has to sort it out, the brokerage does. But to be fair, if I was going to a different place and getting the public liability goods in transit on the website that I found, it's actually a better deal and you get better cover. But I'm just with the I've just gone back to the brokerage. So if you are thinking about becoming a courier, or you are a courier, you need to know like your insurance types. You need hire and reward to be able to move other people's goods. You need goods in transit to cover the goods that are on board your vehicle, and you need public liability in case, well, you pull something off the back of the van and you throw it onto someone walking by. Simple, really. You just need to be covered. There's a speed camera there. Wasn't speeding. Obviously, you see speed camera, you just brake, don't you? It wasn't speeding. So yeah. Insurance is renewed. I just need to update all my details now on the several platforms I'm on, and everything will be up to date and kosher. As for the van, like I said, Monday it's going in. He reckons he'll have it for a few days, probably most of next week, so I'll be sat on my bottom at home, sending some emails, doing some work, doing a VAT return, potentially. Yeah, well, definitely. And well, we're coming up to the start of the month, aren't we? So I'm sending all my stuff over to the accountant so we can do my accounts, even though they won't be due till the 31st of January next year. You can still get them sorted nice and early for me and get them out of the way. And if there's any problems, we can sort them out. Just not many problems. And then I can find out how much bleeding tax I've got to pay. Woo! It's always fun, isn't it? Running your own business, it's all fun and games until you get a giant tax bill. Oh gosh. Jobs, on the other hand, last week was pretty busy, and we had a job which I thought was going to be an absolute pain, but it turned out to be a breeze. Customer phoned and said, right, we've got a flat pack building, basically. It's only like a small cabin that's supposed to go on the roof of a building, and an 8-metre plinth to support it with. So I thought, why? If it's only 2 metre by 2 metre, this building, why is the bleeding steelwork 8 metres long? But hey ho, we had to get it collected from there because they weren't actually fitting it yet for a few months, and they didn't want it just left on site. So we got it collected from Mayfair in London and delivered to Tunbridge Wells, to one of the contractor's sites, and they're going to store it. But we had to find a truck that could take 8 metres and was willing to do a bit of handball. So some of the lads met him there, handballed it on, and it actually went really, really simply. I got constant updates throughout from this member on the CX. They didn't actually update me through the CX, they just updated me by email. They didn't even accept the booking on the CX at first until actually the job was complete, and then they just put everything on. So I'm assuming their driver didn't have the app which, believe it or not, is allowed. You can do that. And another interesting job, I got contacted by a gentleman called Les towards the end of last week, who watches the videos and needed a stripped down sauna moving from somewhere he bought it from to his home. So we arranged that. Ooh, there's a Ferrari. So we've arranged that, and it got collected on Friday by Jason up in Sunderland, and it's going to be delivered Monday first thing for him. So very, very happy. And I'm glad that things like the YouTube channel and Instagram and Facebook have actually brought me quite a few jobs over the last 3 years. Is fantastic, and I'm glad you put your faith in me, people out there. That's the second job I've actually got from the YouTube channel. So very, very much appreciate you all. And as you can see, the channel's still growing day by day. Subscriber numbers are still going up, which I'm very happy about. I remember my first like 5 or 6 subscribers, which were probably all Leanne, but I was chuffed, and now it's just growing and growing, and it's amazing. So thank you all for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.